Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Manjot and today in this video we are also going to study something related with force. I hope that you saw my previous video of force. I hope that you liked it and you share with your friends. Now listen very carefully. In this video we are going to learn very important things. So listen the video very carefully, and if you like it, don't forget to share with your friends and subscribe. So let's begin with the video. See, in previous video we saw force. Force का formula is very simple. Mass into acceleration of body. Force का unit is Newton and CGS unit is dyne, and relation is 1 Newton is always equal to 10 raised to 5 dyne. Don't forget that this is very important. Now let's understand and study force in more detail. और थोड़ा डिटेल में समझते हैं. अभी हम क्या कर रहे हैं? Force को एक rigid body पे apply कर रहे हैं. Rigid body. Now, whenever we apply force on a rigid body, there are always two types of motion that are generated. One is linear motion and other is rotational motion. So remember this is very important. There are always two types of motion that are generated. One is linear motion and other is rotational motion. Now let's understand this in detail. For this, let's have one rigid body. So we are considering rod over here. So we have considered two rods over here, and I am applying force over here on both the cases. Now in first case, when I apply force, observe here very carefully. See, this is a rod, this is a rigid body, and I apply force. तो ये बॉडी धीरे धीरे ऊपर मूव होगा, स्ट्रेट लाइन में जाएगा. Exactly, that is what is called as linear motion. So what is linear motion? Whenever you apply force on a rigid body and body moves in a straight path or in a straight line, such a motion is called as linear motion. So now what is rotational motion? For rotational motion, there is one more thing you need to remember is you need to fix this body at a one point. Because अगर मैंने अभी ही force apply किया बिना fix करे तो ये भी linear motion ही हो जाएगा. To get rotational motion, we should fix this rigid body at a fixed point from one end, and this point is called as pivoted point. Remember, very important. So what is pivoted point? It is nothing but it is the fixed point. So the fixed point on which the rigid body is fixed, that is called as pivoted point. So here, if you observe, I have fixed that rigid body on the pivoted point and then I apply force. So this body will start rotating. We get a very special effect which is called as turning effect. So we get this turning effect because of pivoted point and the force which I apply. So this is nothing but a rotational motion. So there are two types of motion. First, linear motion, when body is not fixed at a point and it moves in a straight line when you apply the force. Second, when you fix it from one end at a pivoted point and then you apply a force. So you get a turning effect and rotational motion is produced. I hope everyone is clear till here. Okay, so let's understand rotational motion in more detail. See, now observe here very carefully. For rotational motion, as we all saw just now, there should be a rigid body. So we have a rod over here. It should be pivoted at a point. So let's fix it at a point. There should be a pivoted point. And we should apply a force. As we all know that as soon as I apply force over here, this rod will start rotating and we get a very special effect which is called as turning effect. So here we got turning effect. Now very important term related with this is moment of force. Now let's understand moment of force over here. Now observe here very carefully. If you observe here this rod is fixed at a point, pivoted point. So we say this is called as axis of rotation. So this is nothing but axis of rotation where that rod is rotating, and here this is the force that is applied. So there is a distance between two. This distance is called as perpendicular distance. So remember, this is second very important term, that is perpendicular distance. So till now we have learned three things. First, for rotational motion or moment, there should be a pivoted point. Second, there should be a force that you apply. And third, there should be a perpendicular distance. Now over here, remember very carefully, very important, moment of force is always product of force and perpendicular distance. So this formula is very important. So always remember, moment of force is nothing but magnitude of force and the perpendicular distance. Now let's understand the unit for this. Very simple. Now for force, we all know unit for force is Newton. Very good, superb. And unit for distance is always its meter. That also we know. And relation between these two is multiplication, product. So moment of force, unit for moment of force is Newton meter. So this is SI unit for moment of force, that is Newton meter. Achha, this Newton meter is also called as joule. So you can say unit for moment of force is Newton meter or joule. And इसी का CGS unit न्यूटन का CGS unit is dyne. Very good, superb. And meter का it is centimeter. So it is dyne centimeter, or we call it as erg. So remember that these are the two CGS and SI unit for moment of force. Very, very important. Always remember the formula. Moment of force is magnitude of force into perpendicular distance. Now let's give you some homework. चलिए फर्स्ट टाइम मैं वीडियो में होमवर्क दे रहा हूँ, सब लोग ये सॉल्व करना है, मुझे आंसर कमेंट में देना. नाउ लिसन क्वेश्चन वेरी केयरफुली. मोमेंट ऑफ फोर्स, यू नीड टू फाइंड मोमेंट ऑफ फोर्स सच दैट force is equal to 5 Newton and perpendicular distance is 0.5 centimeter. सब लोग ये सॉल्व करो एंड इसका आंसर मुझे कमेंट में दो. द फोर्स इज 5 न्यूटन एंड perpendicular distance is 0.5 centimeter. I will be waiting for your answer. Make sure that you practice this using this formula and answer comment में जरूर भेजना. चलो हम मिलते हैं तब तक नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. जाने से पहले सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना. गुड बाय, टेक केयर, बाय बाय.